In the tartan trunks, Scott Harrison taking on David Morris. There's Scott Harrison. A lot of people think that he's got a very rich future indeed. Lives in the Cumbersland area of Glasgow. 2 pro fights, just 19 years of age. And an excellent amateur career as well. Lost only a couple of times in major competitions in 28 amateur bouts. Let's see what he's made of here. David Morris, a couple of years older, from Cardiff. Tough all-action fighter. No shortage of action here, as you can see from the start.
Yes, both these young men were good amateurs. So this is a nice competitive match. He's been a little unlucky, just a couple of draws on his record, Morris. But other than that, you know, he's done quite well. But there's very high expectations from Scott Harrison.
It's a nice left hook on moving back there. Morris felt that, and the jab.
Morris looking pretty tough. He's prepared to stand in there with Harrison and trying to push Harrison on the back foot behind the jab.
Harrison turned pro October of last year, stopped Eddie Seeker in 2 rounds. And then he outpointed the wily journeyman Peter Buckley in January of this year. That's another terrific left and right uppercut as well.
Because now Harrison starting to show his class, just picking good hooks in there. Morris' head just carried a little high and a little open. It looked easy for Harrison to find the target.
Caught by that long left. And at the moment, Harrison can't seem to miss him.
No, he's just looking to pick his punches well, Harrison. Morris has got to try and keep him busy with that jab, just to try and keep him off balance.
And again, left and a right. And Harrison stamping his character on this opening round.
It's been a nice first round for Scott Harrison. He's landed with the better punch and certainly done enough to take this round.
So the first round then comfortably for the Scot. With a part in the opening round, Glenn.
Yes, he had a nice start. He landed with some good solid punches. You know, he was quite patient, but he got the best of that. You see that good left hook. Morris just keeping his head just a little high. You see the stats there. Harrison with a better success rate.
Yes, in the opening round, quantity from Harrison and quality as well, particularly from that left. With the straight left jab or the hook.
Yes, again, the left hook landed, and the legs just looked a little wobbly there from Morris.
Morris won his first 2 fights on points against David Jay and Danny Thomas. Since then, a couple of draws, and the third fight I lost to Manchester's bright prospect Michael Gomez. This is a very tough fight for him indeed.
And that was a good whipping right hand there from Scott Harrison. Morris is, I mean, he's game and he's tough and he's really pushing forward. Again, good punches from Harrison. The left hook, the straight right hand, showing good technique, picking his punches well.
Blood beginning to seep from Morris's nose now.
Morris is tough in his game. He's pushing forward, but technically he's not as good as Harrison.
Harrison boxing since he was 15, the European junior gold medalist.
Harrison just waiting a little bit too much for Morris to come forward and trying to catch him with a counter hook. Morris a little bit of success there with the straight right hand. Again, he's pushing forward, trying to use his strength.
There's no shortage of aggression from the man from Cardiff. It's the Scot who's showing the way most of the way through this fight.
He's landing the crisper punches, Harrison. I'd like to see him just maybe try and inject a little bit more pace.
Morris going for the body, but that left lead from Harrison is taking its toll.
Again, Morris just still trying to use his strength, trying to bull forward, push Harrison off balance. Morris having some success, but the better work certainly Harrison.
There's David Morris. David Morris really feeling the effect of the first two rounds. Meanwhile, back in Oko's dressing room, preparing for the defense of his Commonwealth Cruiserweight title. And that's coming up next here on Sky Sport. Into the second half, Scott Harrison in the tartan trunks. 2 rounds up against David Morris from Cardiff.
And Morris trying to use his strength, just trying to bull Harrison back, just trying to keep him off balance, and he's been quite effective at that. Certainly Harrison hasn't been able to fight at his own pace. Good work again from Morris.
Going for the body inside, he's decided that's the tactic. Then he switched to the head and got lucky, but he's tough as well as talented as Harrison, and back he comes. Good fight.
It is. We thought this would be a good matchup between two young fighters. That was a very classy little left uppercut there from Scott Harrison.
He's got plenty of moves, and he seems to hit with real power, but Morris is still there in front of him and still giving it a good go.
Yes, you've got to hand it to Morris. He's very, very game. He's took some good, solid punches from Harrison. He's still pushing forward. Morris's technique's just not as good. He just holds his hand a little, his head a little high.
He's tough and he's strong, Morris, and he's hoping that these body shots are going to accumulate, have a real effect. But at the moment, Harrison has the edge.
This is better work rate from Morris. It's a little crude, but he's getting the punches off.
It must be a bit dispiriting for Harrison that he's hitting him with so much, and yet it's having no effect, or seemingly no effect.
Well, you would think he's just got to keep doing that, but I'd like to see Harrison throw a little more. He's in danger of just being overawed a little bit by Morris here. He's got to start putting punches together in combinations. That was a good Solid right hand over the top from Morris, who's done a lot better in this round, just trying to be stronger and push Harrison back.
Much better round from David Morris, and maybe he edged the round. Former Scottish lightweight champion. Here's some body shots from Harrison in that last round. They've both been going major to the body.
Yes, Harrison just landed a few more. He had good success with cleaner punches, Harrison, but I think for me, Morris just won it with a better work rate. He was trying hard, a little cruder, his work, not as fluent or as crisp as Harrison, but he's game and he's pushing forward.
So the fourth and final round, we make it 2-1 to Scott Harrison. It's been a cracking little fight so far. Both boys will know they've been in it tomorrow morning. Still Morris almost exclusively going for the body.
Nice little uppercut again from Morris. He's very game, he's very determined, Morris. He lacks a little bit in technique. You know, I think he can work on things in the gym, a little more head movement. I think he could be a lot better fighter. Very determined, very strong.
Well, he's been hit with almost everything, as Morrison. He's not given ground for a moment.
He hasn't, and I think that's just upset Harrison's work a little bit. He hasn't landed as good as we've seen him before. He needs to pick it up. He needs to start throwing bunches of punches. He's got to start letting them go in combinations. He's just waiting for Morris a little too much.
Yes, for a couple of rounds, Harrison did look like the latest, brightest thing, but not at the moment.
Now he's starting to pick nice punches, Harrison.
Yeah, thrown off balance there and caught. And success there, real success for the Scot.
But Morris coming back with two little short uppercuts just to let Harrison know that he's still there.
Tell you what, then, this may only be a 4-round fight, but it's been awfully grueling.
This really is a hard-fought fight. Oh, and a good quality punch there from Harrison. In this round, the better quality punches are from Harrison, but Morris is still working hard.
He's working hard, but just beginning to slow a fraction. And getting caught more and more.
Yes, and this could be the sort of quality work from Harrison that will clinch the fight in this final round.
Still Morris comes forward. What a brave fighter he is, talented as well, but just probably been outsmarted here.
Yes, just the nicer, cleaner, more polished work from Harrison. But Morris is pushing him all the way, and this has been a good display from Morris.
Cracking fight. Kenny Curtis, the referee. And it's Scott Harrison's third win in 3 fights. An exciting contest and a bright talent here.
That really was a good little contest. There we see the better success from Harrison. You know, his was just the cleaner, the more polished punches, but Morris, you know, filled himself in glory there. He really worked so hard. He's nothing to be ashamed of with that defeat. There's certainly a lot to work on Morris. He's a good, strong, determined fighter.
Only his second defeat. Harrison goes onwards and upwards then. Let's get the verdict now.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ken Curtis' scorecard reads: for Morris, 38.5 points. For Harrison, 40 points. Your winner, and still undefeated, the real McCoy, Scott Harrison.
So, we could be watching a man who's going to do a lot for Scottish boxing in the future. From Glasgow, unbeaten now in 3 fights, Scott Harrison.